Did you know there's a pink iguana that lives on a volcano? And another one, turquoise blue, that looks like it's carved from a gemstone? These exotic creatures are so unique, they look like something out of a sci-fi movie. And number one on the list is so rare and unbelievable that most people don't even believe it's real. If you're into animal curiosities, go ahead and hit the like button, subscribe to the channel, and tell us in the comments, which one of these iguanas would you dare to see up close? Galapagos pink iguana, the pink lizard that lives on a single volcano. Would you believe there's a pink iguana, real, wild, and alive? The Galapagos pink iguana is so rare it was only officially recognized by science in 2009, and it lives exclusively on the slopes of Wolf Volcano on Isabella Island in the Galapagos archipelago, with colors ranging from pale pink to gray. Its body looks mottled with natural pigments. It's a curious camouflage that matches the volcanic rock around it, creating the illusion of a mystical creature from ancient lore. This iguana can reach 1 meter in length and shares a robust build of other land iguanas in the region, but its genetics are so distinct that many scientists believe it represents a completely separate evolutionary line. Have you ever heard of a pink iguana before? Or did you think it was just an internet myth? What's even more amazing, fewer than 300 individuals are alive today. They exist nowhere else on Earth. It's one of the most endangered and most beautiful iguanas on the planet. Because it's so rare, approaching it without special permission is strictly prohibited. Researchers must hike for days across volcanic terrain just to observe it from a distance. Rhinoceros iguana, a living suit of armor that looks like a medieval dinosaur. Would you face an iguana with horns on its snout and a body like armor? The rhinoceros iguana, found in Haiti and the Dominican Republic, is striking for its powerful build, heavy scales, and bony head ridges that resemble rhinoceros horns. Hence the name. It can grow up to 1.2 meters in length, with a gray body, thick tail, and a dorsal crest that makes it look even more like a creature from a fantasy film. These iguanas live in dry, rocky areas, where they rule the terrain with calm confidence. Despite their intimidating appearance, they're intelligent and docile. They can be trained to respond to commands and even show affection toward their keepers. Do you think beauty has to be delicate? Or can you find beauty in strength and presence? The rhinoceros iguana is omnivorous, feeding on fruits, flowers, and occasionally small invertebrates. In captivity, they can live over 20 years, and many are kept as exotic pets in licensed facilities. Some are even used in educational programs to raise awareness about Caribbean biodiversity. They help challenge people's perception of reptiles. Jamaican iguana, the living legend that came back from the dead. Would you believe an iguana once declared extinct for over 40 years came back to life? The Jamaican iguana was considered officially extinct since the 1940s, until a hunter stumbled upon a living individual in 1990 and changed everything. Today, it's one of the most endangered reptiles in the world, found only in a small region of southern Jamaica. With a sturdy body, grayish-green skin, and a jagged dorsal crest, it can grow up to 1 meter long and weigh around 5 kilos. The most amazing part? After its rediscovery, scientists and conservationists launched a rescue program. Hatchlings are raised in conservation centers and later released into the wild with great care. Do you think it's worth that much effort to save a single reptile species? Or do you believe some natural legends are meant to live on? This iguana is shy, lives among rocks and dry forests, and feeds on native leaves, flowers, and fruits. It's not colorful like others on the list, but carries a historic beauty, a symbol of wild resilience. Many Jamaicans call it the island dragon. There are murals, songs, and even tattoos dedicated to it. Lao banded iguana, a hidden beauty in Southeast Asia's forests. Have you ever heard of a green iguana with blue stripes that looks like it's made of silk? The Lao banded iguana, found in remote parts of Southeast Asia, is so rare that even naturalists are unsure of its full range. It measures about 30 to 35 centimeters, with a slender body, expressive eyes, and a color that changes with its mood, from bright green to deep blue, with stripes that look hand-painted. What's most fascinating? It's almost never seen in the wild, as it lives high in the treetops and is extremely silent, like a forest secret revealed only to the most attentive eyes. Have you ever seen one in real life? Or only in rare photos and expert reports? The Lao banded iguana is shy, tree-dwelling and feeds mainly on tender leaves and small fruits. Its exotic appearance and elusive nature have made it a target for illegal collectors, putting its survival at risk. Due to trafficking, international efforts have been made to ban the export of this species entirely. Fiji banded iguana, the emerald iguana that glows in the Pacific Islands. Did you know there's a green iguana with fluorescent turquoise stripes that looks like it's made of living jade? The Fiji banded iguana is one of the most dazzling reptile species on Earth, found only in the tropical islands of Fiji. This tree-dwelling iguana grows to about 60 centimeters, with a slender body, golden eyes, and a long, strong tail. Males have most colorful, sporting glowing blue-green bands that shine in the sunlight. Females are a solid green, equally captivating. An unbelievable fact? It changes color slightly depending on its temperature and mood, like it's expressing emotion through its skin. Could you spot one of these in dense forest foliage? Or do you think this beauty belongs on magazine covers instead of in trees? The Fiji banded iguana lives high in the rainforest canopy and is extremely agile. It feeds on leaves, fruits, and flowers, and is protected by strict environmental laws due to habitat loss and illegal trafficking. This species has even appeared on postage stamps in Fiji and is considered a national symbol. For locals, it represents balance and respect for nature. Cyclura pinguis, the giant iguana that rules a Caribbean island alone. Would you face an iguana that weighs over 10 kilos and looks like a prehistoric beast? Cyclura pinguis, also known as the Anegada ground iguana, is one of the largest iguanas in the world and also one of the rarest. Found only on Anegada Island in the British Virgin Islands, this massive iguana can grow over 1 meter long, with a thick body, strong limbs, and grayish scales tinged with blue. What's most astonishing? Fewer than 300 individuals remain in the wild. Do you think a creature this imposing belongs in a documentary? Or would you dare to come face to face with one on a trail? This land-dwelling iguana lives among dry shrubs, feeds on native fruits and leaves, and plays a key role in its ecosystem. Its size is intimidating, but it's peaceful and discreet, choosing to flee rather than fight. It survives today thanks to a conservation program that uses trained dogs to locate nests and protect hatchlings. Without that help, the species would already be extinct. Northern Bahamian rock iguana, the colorful iguana that takes fruit from your hand. Did you know there's a wild iguana that interacts with humans and will take food straight from your hand? The Northern Bahamian rock iguana, native to the Exuma Islands in the Bahamas, is one of the most docile and charismatic iguanas on the planet, and also extremely photogenic. It grows up to 1.2 meters long, with a thick body and strong tail. Its skin features shades ranging from gray to lilac, with pink, purple, or reddish patches, depending on the island they inhabit. That's right. Each population has a distinct coloration, like variations of the same masterpiece. These iguanas live on beaches and rocky coastal areas, basking on sunlit stones and feeding on tropical fruits, leaves, and flowers. Have you ever seen an iguana with a custom outfit depending on the region? Or do you think it's an exaggeration to say an iguana can be friendly? They've gained worldwide fame thanks to tourism. On boat tours, guides take visitors to feed them safe fruits, a spectacle that has gone viral in videos and photos. Even with this human contact, the species is threatened by habitat loss and introduced predators. That's why there are protection programs in place and strict rules for responsible tourism. Utila iguana, the ghost iguana of Honduras's mangroves. Would you dare explore dark mangroves in search of an iguana that's almost invisible? The Utila iguana, or black iguana from Utila Island in Honduras, is one of the most enigmatic reptiles in the world, and also one of the most endangered. It measures about 40 to 45 centimeters, with a slender body, long tail, and coloration that ranges from gray to charcoal black. When hidden among roots, mud, and mangrove shadows, it simply vanishes from sight. What makes this iguana so unique is its exclusive habitat. It lives on just one island in the world, and only in coastal mangrove areas, one of the hardest environments to explore. Would you risk walking through ankle-deep mud to see one up close? Or would you let this shadowy beauty remain a mystery? For many years, it was thought to be just a local variation, but genetic studies confirmed it's a distinct species with different habits and a strong dependence on specific ecosystems. which makes it extremely vulnerable. It's one of the most endangered reptiles in Central America, with fewer than 1,000 known individuals in the wild. Monkey-tailed iguana, the iguana with a monkey's tail and a gem-like body. Did you know there's an iguana that uses its tail like a monkey to hang from trees? The monkey-tailed iguana, also known as Brachylophus brutschmanni, is an evolutionary masterpiece and one of the most curious reptiles in the South Pacific. It lives in dense tropical forests on islands like Fiji and has a delicate, one-of-a-kind appearance. A green body with bluish tones, pale stripes, and expressive eyes. But its standout feature is the long, prehensile tail, which it uses to grip branches like a fifth limb. Have you ever seen an iguana swinging like a monkey? Or do you think only mammals have that kind of ability? This iguana is arboreal, peaceful, extremely agile, and lives high in the treetops. It feeds on leaves, flowers, and fruits, and its slow, graceful movements make it almost invisible among the branches. It grows to about 60 centimeters and is most active during the day. It was discovered only a few decades ago, and much about its behavior in the wild remains a mystery. It's one of the least documented iguanas on Earth. Marine iguana, the only iguana in the world that swims in the ocean. Would you believe there's an iguana that dives into the sea to feed on underwater algae? The marine iguana, from the Galapagos Islands, is the only lizard on Earth fully adapted to life in the ocean. This remarkable reptile can stay underwater for up to 30 minutes, holding its breath while grazing on algae clinging to rocks. Its body is dark and flattened, with long claws and a tail adapted to swim like an eel. And the strangest part? It sneezes salt from its nose to expel excess salt from its system. Have you ever seen an iguana swim like a seal? Or did you think reptiles hated cold water? It lives on the rocky shores of the Galapagos and spends much of its time sunbathing to restore its body temperature. It measures between 70 centimeters and 1 meter long, and its prehistoric appearance makes it look like a living fossil. Charles Darwin also studied this species, calling it an ugly creature, but fascinating. It continues to fascinate scientists and tourists to this day. Fiji crested iguana, the legendary emerald lizard that nearly vanished. Did you know there's an iguana so rare it was rediscovered by chance at a resort in Fiji? The Fiji crested iguana is one of the most beautiful, mysterious, and endangered iguanas in the world, and it rightfully takes the top spot on this list. It can grow up to 80 centimeters long, with an emerald green body and a jagged crest down its back. Its golden eyes and pale markings create a visual contrast that makes it look like a natural work of art. And the most unbelievable part? For decades, it was thought to be extinct, until a tourist found one in a hotel garden in 1980, which led to its scientific rediscovery. Have you ever thought about what it would be like to find a lost species right by the pool? Or do you believe some natural beauties prefer to stay hidden? It lives in dry forests on a few Fijian islands, feeding on leaves, bud, and flowers, and is extremely shy. Fewer than 1,000 individuals are believed to remain in the wild, under constant environmental protection. This iguana has become a symbol of environmental education projects in Fijian schools.